Good evening, everyone. In Touch, a masterclass on school products powered by Brainwonders in partnership with Edtech School. This fourth edition of Masterclass series will take you on a short journey of introducing you to 30 innovative school products selected from across India. In this masterclass, innovative products, informative content, and progressive ideas are being shared with you. We remain hopeful that this and the forthcoming sessions will inspire you to take your school community to a new direction of development. My name is Namrata and I will be your moderator for today. I represent India's largest counseling organization, Brainwonders. With 108 global centers and 12,000 connected schools, Brainwonders has been revolutionizing the face of academic guidance, career development, and personal growth via its US patented DMIT and online psychometric tests. Founded by Mr. Manish Naidu, over the past decade, Brainwonders has been nationally awarded on 7 different platforms, including recognition for being the most trusted and digitally innovative career counseling company. Excellence and passion is what Brainwonders strives for, and with that, let's begin today's session. Before I welcome today's speaker, I request all our audience to immerse themselves in the session and hold their questions, which will be addressed right after the session. I present to you now today's speaker, Sudhir Kumar, who is the founder of Edtech School, an entrepreneur and an educator who wants to revolutionize the way students learn. Sudhir Kumar's aspirations to impact the education system made him a keen learner, and thereby he has worked with schools in various capacities. Post his graduation from NIT Warangal, he has pursued his passion for education with Educational Initiatives Pvt Ltd as an educational specialist, where he worked as a content developer for maths and science subjects. Later, he worked as education coach with XSEED Education Pvt Ltd and conducted workshops for teachers' professionals development and coached schools to successfully implement XSEED curriculum. Then he worked as associate product manager with Next Education Pvt Ltd, developing product that can impact and science education in India. His overall experience includes product development, content development, curriculum development, assessments, and teacher training. So far, he has worked with various organizations and made a difference in more than 500 schools and 4,500 teachers. He's currently working as CEO and co-founder of Edtech School. As an official Google for Education partner, they are developing products and services that make schools independent and self-reliant using affordable technology integration. They are working with schools across the country and have decided and have coached schools to cope up with pandemic, ensuring continuous student learning. His vision to create an efficient school infrastructure that can make students critical thinkers and independent individuals. Today's session topic is how to become an independent and self-reliant schools using affordable technology integration. Over to you, Mr. Kumar.
Thank you, Namrata. Thank you for the kind introduction. Hello all, good evening. This is Sudhir Kumar. I'm absolutely honored to be here to present my ideas and our products and services to the elegant education community over here. All right. So without wasting any more time, I would we have exactly 40 minutes. I want to put my speech to as concise as possible so that we'll take best out of this session. Let me share my screen. Great. Right. So today's topic is how to become independent and self-reliant school. Since Namrata has already given the introduction about me and Edtech School, we are an official Google for Education partners in India. We are currently working with about 40 schools. We are making sure that we are proud of our work from past 9 months. We ensure that these schools have coped up with the pandemic situation in a very proper way, and they were the students' learning is not stopped under pandemic situation. Great. So we have come up with this self-sustainable model for the school, where we want to see the schools to be independent and self-relevant in next 3 to 5 years. Let us see how. Let's first understand these two words. What is independent and self-reliant? After directly taken the dictionary meanings, independent is nothing but self-governing, not requiring or relying on something else, right? I think this is pretty much clear. Yeah, you have to be independent school. You have to ensure that all the products and services you are able to manage by yourself. And self-reliant. This is important out of the two words. Reliant on owns powers and resources rather than those of others. Now, what are schools' powers and resources? Teachers. I don't think anybody have any doubts on that. Yes, teachers are the most useful resources and most powerful resources for any school. So what we need to do in order to what we have done in order to cope up with the pandemic, and what we see in order to become a school to be independent and self-reliant is empower teachers. How? With technology. And this is the answer for how to become an independent and self-reliant school using affordable technology. Yes, we have answered the first part of the question, right? First 5 minutes of the session itself. Let's see what is this affordable technology and how we are planning to empower teachers with technology, and why I feel why we see teachers are the most important resources for any school. If you consider pandemic situation, those schools who had best teachers and who the teachers who were able to adapt to the pandemic situation were able to adapt to the online education quickly. Those are the schools who have shined bright. And I've seen many schools who couldn't cope up with the pandemic situation just because their teachers couldn't handle the situation in the best possible way. So this is the eminent solution for any school. So this pandemic has proved, yes, teachers are already, everyone already know that teachers are the most important resource for any school. But this pandemic situation has proved to the whole nation, to the whole world, how important it is to have a skilled teacher in any school. Now let's see how are we planning to empower teachers with technology. Now, we have seen what affordable, what independent or what self-reliant means. Then what is this affordable technology? Before coming to this question, let's see what is the current school scenario, right? So these are the external services or third-party services that any school in India or across the globe rely on. One is learning management system, the platform to share content with the students or to manage the academics of the school. The school management software to manage the operations of the school. Digital content and lesson plans to make sure that academics are being managed well in the school. Digital content and having lesson plans for the teachers is mandatory, and having a coding curriculum. And yes, of course, again, from past 12 months, the coding curriculum, or the importance of coding has taken to the next level. It has both pros and cons, but coding curriculum has proven a record where it enhances logical abilities of the child, right? So it is important to even in our new education policy 2020, it has been introduced. It has been proposed that we have to introduce the coding curriculum right from grade 6 onwards. And yes, of course, books is one aspect where the schools rely on external services. And what is it with this external service? Let's see how much schools are spending on these third-party services. Yes, that's the number. You can see on an average, a school spends about 3,500 rupees per student per year. And if we consider a school with an average strength of 500, they're already spending 17.5 lakhs per year. Sorry, that's a repetitive, but yeah, 17.5 lakhs per year the school is being spending on these external services. And if we just calculate this for 5 years, it is whooping 87.5 lakhs, right? This is the amount I know what schools are spending, in a 5-year span. I'm talking about one single school, right? So what we are proposing is, what we want to achieve is, how do we save this money for the school so that they invest this money, this kind of investment into something more useful, which is something more beneficial for the school teachers as well as the students, that will enhance their learning and teaching practices. How do we do that? How are we going to save this money for you? How are we going to give that rich experience for the students as well as teachers in their teaching and learning practices? Let's see how. Okay. Before getting into the solution, even after schools are spending 87.5 lakhs in a period of 5 years time, still they are facing problems, some issues with the products and services which are already available in the market. One such issue is unstable apps and services. Even though, I mean, most of the products that are available in India right now, half of the times they have some issues with the apps or the platform they use, which is a continuous disrupting the teaching and learning process. And rote learning, yes, from last 20 years, the whole of education sector has battled this particular to take away rote learning from the education sector, but still we we are seeing this is so much engraved into the school culture, or into our learning practices. We are not able to take completely out of the education sector through the products and services that are currently available. How? Sorry. Why do you think so? Is the products and the content, or the digital content which is available, it is mere what do you say, the text format is being shown as a animation format or a visual format, but the learning, the approach of the learning is not fostered by any of the products which are currently in the market. I do agree there are few products who are encouraging the thinking abilities of the student, but most of the products are still encouraging rote learning. And yes, content is not tailor-made for school requirements. I've seen in my experience of 8 years working with the schools, there are two common problems. One, teachers find it very difficult to adapt to a new set of curriculum, or new set of books, or new set of digital content the school has taken for implementation. And once the teachers have got used to it, they don't change, because the learning curve is so high. The principal or the school owner fears moving on to a different product, because the learning curve is very high for the teachers to get adapt to a new system or a new way of teaching, right? So even the product or the digital content doesn't serve their purpose, still they stick to it, because, as I said, the learning curve is very high for a teacher to get adapt to the new way of teaching. And this makes the school to get stick to one particular product for a long time, even though it is not helping them in their teaching and learning practices. No skill development for teachers. Most of the products which are in the market, the teachers undergo product training, not the professional development training for the teachers. It's more of how the product has to be used in the classroom, not about how this has to be integrated into their way of teaching. So teachers are becoming more of a operating the digital content, or operating the academics in the classroom, but not as a facilitators who can facilitate the learning in the classroom. So these are some issues which we are battling with, which we want to solve and give solutions to the schools. Okay, now let's get back to what is this affordable technology which I'm talking about. How are we going to solve the issues that are with the current products and services in India, and how are we going to save that money for schools? Let's see. So affordable technology, which has to replace this current possibilities in the market. Learning management system. What is the alternative we have? Google for Education. I know, so some of you might have already heard about what is Google for Education, but still I'm going to take you through what is Google for Education and how it is going to help, empowering schools and teachers with technology. Right. Google for Education, as a part of Google for Education, school receives a 10,000 email IDs on school domain name. That means each student and each teacher, if required, you can generate email IDs for your parents on the school domain name. That means it will be like sudhir@neoroyalhighschool.com. So the school name, the personalized email IDs can be created for all your students, for all your teachers, and if required, all your parents as well, right? So 10,000 is not the limitation. Even if required, upon the request of the school, if you have more than 10,000 strength, they will be releasing in the batch wise. Another batch of 10,000 email IDs will be allotted to the school. And second most important point, unlimited Google Drive space. We know in this tech era how difficult it is to manage digital space, right? It has become very costly in terms of server space, in terms of drive space. For all the schools, for all the schools in India are non-profit, for all the non-profit organizations, Google is offering unlimited Google Drive space. That means even if you are running Google for Education program in your school for 20 years, all the school related documents or the content is safe and highly secured, and you have the unlimited drive space to store the data. And every school has central monitoring system. You can disable the email ID or you can enable the email ID. You can make sure that all the academics proceedings are happening. You can control the whole academics proceedings of the school by right sitting in your office, right? So during this pandemic, we are working with about 40 odd schools, but I have visited only 3 schools in this last 9 months. We were able to completely manage school academics right sitting in our office. That is because the Google is offering the central monitoring system. So we will be able to know whether how the classes are happening, what the content is being shared by the teacher, how the students are reacting to it. So everything can be monitored centrally from an admin console. And there are tools to share homework and conduct online exams. And from the Google itself, there are 30 plus digital teaching Google tools. I'll definitely show some of them in our coming slides. And guess what? All of these features is completely for free. You will need not spend a penny on procuring a learning management system for your school. All of this is being offered as a free for all the non-profit organizations. That means all the schools in India comes under non-profit organizations, and all the schools are eligible for this program under Google for Education, and all of this a school will be allotted for free. Yes, these are some Google tools which you can use, in order to conduct academics in your school. And I'm sure most of you have already heard about Google Classroom, where you can share content, assignments, and homework with your students. And Google Meet, where you can conduct online classes. And there is a provision to take the attendance, automated attendance as well. Jamboard can be used as your whiteboard, interactive touch surface. Forms, you can use it for online subjective and objective exams. Gmail will be one source of one platform where it will bridge the gap between you and the parents, where you can communicate with your parents and students over the mails. And of course, with your teachers as well, it will help you to manage the academics. Just a second, sorry. Thank you. All right. Google Calendar, yes, you can schedule your classes, and you can organize parent-teaching meetings online. This is something which we have done with all the 40 odd schools, which has helped the teachers and the school a lot. where you can schedule a parent-teaching meeting with the parents. It is not like, parents need not wait for the 3 months or 2 months to visit the school and understand the performance of the kid. We have asked the teacher to open 4 appointment slots to the parents, where parents can see when teacher is available and when teacher is not available, and they can quickly schedule a half-an-hour meeting with the teachers, where they can virtually connect and discuss the performance of the kid and what are the action points for their kid. And Google Slides, yes, this is a tool which teachers can use their interactive lesson plans. And Docs, yes, they can make the report cards, they can make their lesson plans as well. Sheet, Google Sheets can be used, will be one of the tool. I'm sure many of the schools are already using Excels maybe to register for their marks register. YouTube, yes, it has unlimited free digital content, and again, as a part of Google for Education, YouTube spaces, unlimited YouTube space is also available, where you will be able to you will be seeing less ads. I'm not saying no ads, I'm saying less ads in the YouTube content if you are accessing the YouTube through Google for Education accounts. And Google Drive, yes, you can store, which is unlimited drive storage is given to the schools, where you can store all of the school related content. And yes, the last 4 which I'm going to talk about, these are some exclusive features which Google has developed content for the schools. Google Expeditions, where you can get AR and VR content, particularly for grade 6 to 10th, completely free, where you can use them, implement them in your classrooms. And Bolo, or right now it is renamed as Read Along. This is one app which helps your reading skill of your child. So if you haven't tried Read Along, it's a very fantastic app. I suggest every one of you to download Read Along app from the Google Play Store and explore it. It will help you to learn any language in the world. If you want to learn Germany, there are interactive games, interactive exercises that are being, the language is being taught through interactive games and interactive exercises that will help you to learn any language in the world very easily. Yes, Google Earth. Many of us might be using it. Google Maps we are using in our day-to-day lives, right? Google Earth is exclusively developed, is for the education purposes, where particularly social teachers can take their child to any part of the world, right, sitting in your class, and they can customize the content around it. Let's say if I want to talk about Taj Mahal, I can put specific, and teacher can put their own content and show it to the students, and they can show the Taj Mahal in all the 360 degrees. Due to the time constraints, I'm not giving the demo of it, but this is something which you can explore. Science Journal, this is very interesting app again. It helps you to conduct interactive science experiments in your class. Right. So these are some Google tools which I'm talking. There are 30 plus such tools which will help teachers and students to carry out their learning and teaching in the classes. So this is the affordable technology which I'm talking about. For all of this, you need not pay a penny for this. Let's get back to what are other solutions that are in store. Yes, instead of LMS, I hope you have got a fair amount of detailing about Google for Education that will help you to take out of that LMS system that you are relying for now. School management software. There is one amazing feature that is recently launched from the Google again, which is called AppSheet. Let me give a small glimpse of it. Right. So this is the AppSheet where it will help schools to develop their own internal apps. So this is something where we are providing the support for the schools, where customized apps can be built for your specific use cases. in a way, even your high school students, this is something which we are trying out in few schools already. We are giving this, let's say for example, syllabus tracking. You want a small app for the teachers where they can log their attendance, syllabus, whether the syllabus, how much of the syllabus has completed. This is not something you need not rely on somebody else outside. This is some app where your maybe high school students can develop and give it for your students, for your teachers. So we are making use of this particular platform AppSheet and developing customized apps and customized use cases for the schools. And again, this is chargeable, but you will get it at the 50% of the cost what you are already paying for your current ERP system. And remember, this is completely stable. This is something which is coming directly from the Google. You will never face this app is not working properly, or this page is not loading. You will never face such kind of issues with the Google products, and that solves our one of the major issues with the current products and services. And what about digital content and lesson plans? This is where we come into the picture. This is not something which Google is already offering something on part. What we are trying to do here is we are going to use Google for Education as a base and train your teachers and how to develop their own digital content and lesson plans. And of course, I missed mentioning assessments as well. So we'll be conducting year-long trainings for the school. For every 2 weeks, there will be a 4-hour session for the teachers, where teachers will be trained on different Google tools to develop their own digital content, their own lesson plans, and their own assessments. Coding curriculum. Again, there are a lot of many products have come into the market from in last 12 months. Please don't go anywhere else. There is an exclusive and amazing product from the Google, which is called CS First. Let me show you a small glimpse of it. This is a free computer science curriculum that makes coding easy to teach and fun to learn. So students will be doing the coding from through simple drag and drop. They will be able to develop, learn different aspects of the coding. The logical abilities will be enhanced enormously. And the curriculum is so beautifully built around a different integrated approach, where they have taken arts into the consideration, social related aspects into the consideration. If you can say, pitch your passion. Entrepreneurship has been taken into the consideration, right? So create your own Google logo. That means they have taken design aspect into the consideration, right? So there is 100-hour coding content or coding curriculum available. What we have done from our end is we have breaked it into proper curriculum for 6th to 10th, where we have divided this whole curriculum where what are the different aspects the grade 6 child can do and what grade 10 child can do. So this is something, again, you need not pay any penny for this. Only the training cost will be there. The complete program from the CS First is again free for all the schools under Google for Education program. Right. And last, books. Again, books is not something which Google is providing. This is something I strongly suggest all the schools to subscribe to central and state board books. One reason being, a lot of state boards have already started adopting CBSE curriculum into their state board curriculum, right? And CBSE curriculum is already has fantastic books, which all these while schools were relying on external publishers, saying that their teachers can't handle, or their teachers can't take up that curriculum in that format and deliver it in the class. This is where we come into the picture. By empowering your teachers with the right amount of academics and right amount of technology, your teachers will be able to handle it. So this way, taking away of all of this external dependencies and using the existing resources which are available, if you can empower your teachers with the right amount of knowledge and training, you will be able to transform your school completely into digital, and you will be saving a lot of money, of course. Okay, so now the question is, yeah, what are we offering? Where are we in this whole picture, right? So we'll be involved in Google for Education setup. As I said, we are official Google for Education partners. There are very few partners in India right now available who are exclusively working in the education space. I'm proud to say that, in fact, I mean, as far as we have seen, we are the only one who is operating specifically for education space in India currently. Then online teacher training. This is something which we have exclusively developed for the schools. I know there will be a 4-hour training session for every 2 weeks, and teachers will be trained on various Google tools to develop their own assessments, lesson plans, and digital content. And this is something which will be shared, stored in the school's Google Drive, where the management can see every training session, how much of the content is being developed, and we will be sharing the individual teacher performance, so that it will ensure teachers are taking this seriously, and that will transform their whole culture in the school. So that is what we are aiming at. Now, maybe tomorrow the teacher might leave. The next academic year, maybe some teachers, due to some reason, they might leave, but the culture will be preserved. Now, the teachers know what is the flow of knowledge, how where they have to go and acquire that knowledge, and how the classroom has to be dealt, and what are the content they are supposed to use it in the classroom, right? And the third, we are offering digital content for maths and science, which is fully integrated with Google Classroom. So when I say fully integrated with Google Classroom, you will not have a different app. Teachers will have a portal where they can share these resources directly to the Google Classroom, where student will be accessing through Google Classroom itself. So coding curriculum, we'll be setting up a coding lab in the schools, with Chromebooks, and we will be training the computer teachers on how to implement CS first in your school. And yes, we are going to launch a teacher app, which we are planning to make it live on March 1st, where using that app, teachers will be able to take the attendance, they track their syllabus, all the teacher training modules will be there in that app, and student resources will be integrated with Google tools. And all the features which are they are using in the teacher app, again, this is integrated with their Google tools. And last, academic softwares integrated with Google tools. Already we have two such platforms which we have already developed for the schools. One is Unlimited Report Card. Let's watch this video, how this works. See how school report works with admin console. Open your Google Docs. So we have developed an add-on for schools where right from their Google Doc itself, they can generate report cards. All you need to do, go to add-ons, click on the school report card, and that will launch the school report card portal. You need to enter the basic details. Yeah, title is for which exam you are going to generate the report cards for. And the template, you can have the customized templates. Yeah, you can change the logo or the look and feel of the report card for every exam if you want to. So every school can have their own customized report card templates. They have to choose the class and select the students for whom they want to generate the report cards. So you need to enter how many number of exams you want to include. Like let's say you want the report card to be generated for formative assessment 1 and formative assessment 2 together, or you want to generate the report card for only formative assessment, you will be able to develop. Right. Once proper inputs are given, you can see all the report cards will be generated. Right now in this example, you will be seeing we have generated report cards for 3 students. Right. And the best part is, right after generating the report card, I can click on send email. That will automatically email the report cards in the form of a PDF to all your parents and the students. So in this format, there will be an email sent to the parents. Right after clicking on the send email, you can check how the email has been sent. This way, an email will be sent for your parents and students along with the attachment as a report card. And in the report card, there will be a graph and the marks scored by the student. So this way we have we are working on we are developing softwares which will which are completely integrated with the Google tools, where you will be able to, as I mentioned, you will be able to track your syllabus, take the attendance. Teachers will be able to access their digital content, and they will be able to conduct online examinations as well. Right, and of course we are offering the IT support. Okay, so these are some. So if you can see, there are 2 aspects which we are offering to the schools. One big aspect is the teacher training, where we train teachers on different Google tools, and the second one is we offer softwares, or we offer platforms which are completely integrated with the Google for Education, where you need not shell out lakhs of rupees for this, because 80% of the work is something which already the Google is offering. That is, the 20% is something which we are developing, which works with the Google, so that you will have a complete solution for your school, which will save your bucks. Okay. Now you might be thinking of, how does this make a school independent? All we are saying is, instead of a third party, now we are offering the softwares. That's not it. Let's see how we are making the schools independent and self-reliant. Yes, in the very first year, we are offering digital content from our end. We are offering softwares from our end, which are integrated into the Google for Education in the year 1. But in the year 2, what we are going to include in our teacher training is, we are going to make sure that the teachers will be developing, for every training we would pick up 1 or 2 chapters where teachers will be developing their digital content, lesson plans, and assessments. And even we train, we develop customized school software, as I said, using the app sheet, where once the development is done for your school, there is no payment for the third party. That is something which completely internal for the school. Once the softwares are developed using the app sheet, it is a closed software for the school premises only. So that will help. Your data is not getting into the wrong hands or getting outside of your school. Everything is managed inside your school. So year 2, we are going to provide digital content for English and social as well. We are going to train teachers, and teachers will be developing lesson plans and assessments in the year 2. And we do understand, developing the digital content is not everybody's job. It requires some time and training that has to be nurtured inside the school for good amount of time. So this is the plan that we are proposing to the schools. Year 1, you subscribe to the services which are available, which are integrated with the Google for Education. Year 2, slowly will replace the services with the internal school services. For example, lesson plans and assessments will be developed by the teachers itself. And in the third year, we'll be completing the customized software development for the school, and teachers will be developing their own digital content for regional languages. For example, Hindi, it could be Hindi, Sanskrit, whatever the internal regional languages are there, teachers will be able to develop their own digital content. And what is the tool we are going to use for that? Google Slides. We are going to use Google Slides and make digital content for their school users. And the year-long teacher training is going to be there, so that the content is being developed for the school, in the third year as well. In the fourth year, if you see, so your softwares will be ready, which are completely internalized, and your content is completely internalized. Only the math, English, and social are the subjects which will be focusing in year 4 to develop your own digital content, which is very specific for your school. Okay, if you see in this whole, you might see science is missing. Yes, science particular subject is not, I would say, it is not completely in forte of the school, because it involves a lot of animation work. So except science, rest of the subjects can be developed and can be taught in a very, very interactive way in your school. And 95% of whatever the academic resources and the softwares or the platforms which you are using will be completely internalized from year 4. So this is how a school journey, with Edtech School will be. So once a school gets on board, and this is how we will be working. We'll be working with the school for the next 4 years. Right. So this is how we are going to make schools independent and self-reliant, using Google for Education as a strong base. And what do we want to achieve from all of this? We want to provide stable academic apps and services which are around Google directly, so that you will not be facing any kind of bugs or unstable apps and services will not be there. And the teaching and learning practices will be run smoothly. And training teachers, and teachers are going to become a very great asset to you after our year-long teacher trainings, where you will have internally developed assessments, lesson plans, and digital content, and the lesson plans. And the lesson plans that we are going to design, we are going to design with the your teachers in a way, in a manner that how to make the students think. And how are we going to do that? By using a lot of Google tools inside the classroom. As I said, there is a Google Earth, for example. For the social teachers can use Google Earth as a very interactive tool and engage the students, ask questions around different places, understand geography, history, political scenario of different places in a very interactive manner. So that will help the students' questioning abilities, and eventually that helps the students to think. And finally, yes, with this whole plan, we want to save more than 50% of your current investment on educational technology, and which is quite possible because we do have those resources. All you need to do is believe in your internal resources, believe in your teachers, train your teachers, train your resources in such a way that you will not shelling out money unnecessarily on different products and services, and you will be having complete internal resources to your use. And these are our proud school partners. Currently, these are few schools which we are already currently working with as a part of Google for Education. So what are the plans which I have prescribed to you, which we were talking from last half an hour? These are some schools which we are privileged to work with the schools and implement our plan of action. And finally, what the one word or one sentence which I want to take to this vibrant education community is: empower teachers, embrace technology, save your money. Thank you so much. This is about the products and services which we are offering as a part of Edtech School, and this is how you can make your school independent and self-reliant. Thank you so much. If I'm open for questions now. If you have any questions, please do post.
Thank you so much for joining us for today's session and helping us understand that, actually making technology a part of our education system is not really that big of a challenge that we think it out to be. And also, most importantly, how it simplifies education in a lot of aspects, especially, for the times that we are living in. I think that was very relevant.
Right.
So yes, now we're proceeding with the question answer sessions. And the audience, you can put your questions in the chat box. Of course, there's the activities button and the raise the hand option also that you can use to present your questions. We already have a first question ready for you, sir, today.
Yeah.
We have Nageshwari Rao Igwali asking, what about cybersecurity?
Oh, good question. Great. So I mean, Google has the best security standards. When we consider any product that is available in the market, because Google security is their primary aspect that you see. So that is the reason in our day-to-day life we use lot of Google products, right from Android, your Gmail, complete Google Chrome browser, right? So Google for Education, it is comes under American laws actually, and they have something called FERPA. Complete child rights are protected under this, and all of the school data and the teachers' data or the students' data will not be shared with any external sources, and you will never see ads in Google for Education. So that says that the information is not being used for any other purpose.
Thank you. Thank you for answering that question. And definitely, it was a very important question as well. Dear participants, you can continue presenting your questions. Like I said, you can use the chat box or the activity section as well. Gurpreet Kaur has raised a hand. Would you like to proceed, unmute yourself and present the question?
Yeah, good evening, Sudhi. Thank you for taking us through that presentation.
Thank you.
I have two, three questions. I'll go one by one.
Yeah.
So my first question is, I am a Google certified innovator. So yes, a big fan of Google technologies.
Great.
But recently, in the wake of the industry catching up with whatever Google has been doing, copying every work
Right.
that they have been doing. So now even Google for Education, there is an enterprise version to it, which is charged.
Right.
So what are the requirements? As I understood, because some of the schools have been telling me that now they are not able to record their sessions because they are not in the enterprise version. So the basic free education account that we all had, Google for Education account, is now not allowing you certain privileges like recording your session. So that is my first question as to is that news true, and what is the cost for moving on to Google for Enterprise Education if it is so? Second question is that, as you mentioned, that teacher training, you're also doing teacher training. Wonderful. So I basically I'm also a trainer. So
Right.
I also want to understand as to how you feel that you can tackle, because I have been into training for almost more than 10 years now. One pertinent question which I hear from all educators,
Right.
principals as well as from the management side, is that our staff is not motivated enough. So how will you motivate them?
Right.
So these are my two questions. I'll leave you with the thoughts and encourage you to answer these questions if you can.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thanks for the questions. Definitely. Yeah. Coming to your first question, it is not true. Recording option is there available in the free edition as well. So still you will be able to record it. The difference between the enterprise version and the free version is, in the enterprise version you will be able to store that recording permanently in your Google Drive. In the free edition, you will not be able to save that recording permanently in your edition in your Google Drive. It will be valid for only 30 days.
Okay.
So
Okay. Thank you so much.
yeah, during that 30-day period, you can download it. They're only concerned about the space, Google Drive space. So you can download that You can put it in your hard disk if you want, but they will not allow to stay that recording in the Google Drive permanently. So that is the only difference, as far as recording is concerned. But coming to the other differences between the free edition and enterprise edition, right now enterprise edition, major use cases would be, as you can see on the top right corner, there is an activities tab, right, where you will be able to ask questions in the Q&A, or you can have the breakout rooms.
Right.
So these features are not there for the free edition. These are a part of enterprise edition.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Thank you.
major difference is with the Google Meet only, but otherwise Google Classroom features, Google Drive features, Google Slides features, everything else are one and the same. So until unless a school is actually going for online classes, extensive online classes, I don't think enterprise edition would be that value addition for the schools. So if you are, if the school is planning for the online classes, I would definitely suggest enterprise edition, one of the best, where you can pose questions in middle of your teaching session and involve the students into it. And coming to the pricing structure, it requires the schools to purchase about 50 licenses at least, irrespective of how many teachers you have, and that would be about 3,000 rupees per license per year. So it to put into the numbers, it would be 1.5 lakh per year. So if a school is investing that 1.5 lakh on the enterprise edition, all the students and all the teachers will be able to use the features of enterprise edition.
Got it. Thank you.
So taking your second question, how do we motivate, or why teachers are not enough motivated to take up something like this? So one thing, definitely what I'm using as a bit is Google Certified Educator, where teachers will be certified from the Google, saying, I'm sure since you are Google Certified Innovator, you are aware of Google Certified Educator, right?
Absolutely, I am. But that also is paid, so the teachers do normally say that, okay, if we have to pay, because Microsoft is offering that for free. The MIE and the MIE is free of cost. So
Right.
that they compare, right? So in that terms.
But I mean, we are operating from the school point of view, right? Even it's a win-win situation for schools and teachers. So basically here, the payment is done from the school end. So because our whole
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope I've answered your questions.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
And all the very best
Thank
for
you so
your
much.
future.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for answering that. We have a final question of the evening by Shalini Mehta.
Okay.
She says that students today are apt at using technology and tools such as laptops, smartphones, and tablets. They are already second nature to them.
Right.
Taking technology out of the learning equation would be removing an integral part of students' abilities. And even if the students aren't already technology savvy, that's even more a reason to embrace the skill. Understanding technology is becoming more and more important. Then why is it creating lack of clarity about the purpose of school?
Okay. I mean, if I understand, so are you referring to embracing technology or integrating technology into the schools? A school is losing the purpose of it, or are you suggesting this is a time we need to redefine the purpose of school?
So from what I think it would be a mix of both because
Okay. Okay,
yeah.
then I'll answer it in both perspectives actually. In the first perspective, like yes, it is the time to redefine the purpose of school. Right now the education, if you want to learn something, it is at your fingertips right now, right? Then what is the purpose of going to a school, right? So one, definitely going to a school, there are many other benefits, out of which very key thing which I want to pick it up and talk about it is collaboration, right? So any organization or anything in real life, you need to know how to collaborate with the other person, right? Yes, there are many collaborative tools online, but having it together in a class where a group of students working on something is very much possible if they're under one roof. Yes, there are collaborative tools, but still, if they are under one roof, it would be much easy. So now the purpose of the school, according to me, should be the curriculum should be around how do we collaborate students, make them work together, and so that they will learn together, right? So in most of the case, I mean, if we take our real lives as well, you learn from the you tend to know about the people, people's what they have done, where they have gone wrong, what they are doing the best, right? You learn things from the people, right? So that is one integral part of it. It's very important to keep children under one roof and involve them more of in a collaborative work rather than in a lecture mode. So that is one perspective. The second perspective is technology removing the purpose of the school? I would say no, and it will never happen. It will only redesign the functioning of the school, but there should be a physical entity where it has to be a blended approach, where technology is integrated into the school and the schools are using the technology to make sure that students are becoming more and more independent thinkers. Right. I hope I've answered the question in the both perspectives. Purpose of the school should be having collaboration, where they work with the co-teachers and students to learn from them. And the second thing is the schools are not going to lose the purpose forever. Maybe the functioning will be the redesigned, but having a physical entity is very important. So the blended approach is the way for the schools. You can see in the next decade, a lot of blended learning is going to happen. Namrata, shall I take the next question? I can see one more question by Pankaj Jain. Curriculum, assessment and instruction must all work together with the hardware to leverage its potential. How do we make alignment between technology, curriculum and instruction in the classroom? Okay. Must all work together with the hardware to leverage its potential. How do we align between technology, curriculum, and instruction in the classroom? Great question, Pankaj Jain. Thank you so much. Yes, one important aspect which I kind of purposely did not talk about it, the hardware which we are mentioning is Chromebook, right? So Chromebook is the solution again from the Google. They have integrated technology, curriculum and the instruction is beautifully integrated into the Chromebook, which best suits for the requirement of the student learning in the classroom, right? So Chromebook can be used inside the classroom. I mean, I'm not sure how much when we can see, but as a educator, I really hope I see soon where students are carrying Chromebooks to their classes and they interact with each other or interact with the teacher having a Chromebook in front of them, right? When they are sitting in the classroom. That's the way we can integrate all technology, curriculum and instruction into a one particular hardware which makes all these three things on one line and run smoothly. That is something which is already being implemented across US, across UK and Australia, where Chromebooks are extensively used. Like almost every 90% of the student carries Chromebooks to the schools. This is something which even I am envisioning. Maybe this is something which we want to drive in future. Once the schools get comfortable with the Google for Education platform, this is something which we want to pitch it as well.
Amazing, sir. Thank you for answering that question as well. I think that would have been the last question of the evening. So we thank you for your time that you have taken out today, for the way you have taken us through your services. I think, with all those live examples and everything about how it actually looks. And it looks quite simple, I must say. I'm sure there's a lot of efforts that has gone behind, but as a end user, I think it looks quite easy to apply. It looks something that the students can definitely benefit from and the school system can benefit from. So thank you, sir, for introducing such a wonderful product to us.
Thank you, Namrata. Thank you so much. You're being patient and you have organized this very well. And for all the viewers who have joined this session to hear me out, our work. Thank you once again for everyone.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, thank you for being such a lovely and engaging audience today. We will see you again tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the evening. Till then, have a great evening.
Thank you, Namrata. Thank you so much. Thank you.